Welcome to Everyday Gluten-Free by Karen. Today is the kind of day that I just love to sit and curl up on the couch with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and a muffin. It's a rainy, stormy day, and I just love these days for baking and reading. So today I thought we'd make a chocolate pumpkin muffin, perfect for fall weather. Join me today as we make these muffins together. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start with 1 can of pumpkin. I like Libby's, that's my favorite. So that's what I'm using, but you can use whatever you want. And to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of coconut oil. Now you could use canola oil, you could use any kind of oil that you want. I am just using the coconut oil. I'm going to start that mixing. And to that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup. 1 envelope of unflavored gelatin. Now what the unflavored gelatin does is the same as like a xanthan gum, but it doesn't have the corn in it. So that's why I use gelatin instead of the xanthan gum. I'm going to add a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and 4 eggs. While that's slowly mixing up, I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of potato flour. Now, if you didn't want to use potato flour, you could use also coconut flour, because it does the same type of thickening that the potato flour does. Today I'm just using the potato flour. And I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of Dutch processed cocoa. You can use regular cocoa. Dutch process is just going to be a whole lot more chocolatey and rich flavor. And then I'm going to alternate a 1/2 cup of coffee. Now you don't have to use coffee. You could use water if you don't have the coffee. The coffee just makes the chocolate a little more rich as well. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. And then 1 1/2 cups of gluten-free flour. I'm using my cookie and cake rice flour recipe that I will leave a link below. It's just very fine and doesn't leave any of the graininess that normal gluten-free flour leaves. So that's the kind I'm using, and it's 1 1/2 cups. I'm just going to stir that in alternately with the coffee. That is it for the ingredients. And I just scrape down the bowl and make sure everything is well incorporated. And place it into a greased muffin tin. dozen muffins. Minus that I splash them all over. And I find that they don't go all over the oven when you fill them this full. They just round really nicely. So I'll pop them in the oven on a 350 oven for about 30 minutes. And after 35 minutes, I pull them out of the oven and let them cool for 5 minutes in the pan, and then I'll cool them on a rack. I will leave a link below for the written recipe on my blog. And if you like this recipe, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any suggestions of recipes that you would like to be seen made gluten-free, please email me at EverydayGlutenFreebyKaren@gmail.com, and I will leave a link below for that as well.